So you want to understand the beautiful game, huh? Specifically, what everyone's supposed to be doing on that huge 11 versus 11 field. It can seem like a lot, but trust me, we're going to break it all down. By the end of this, you'll know every single role on the pitch, from the person in goal to the one scoring them. Let's dive in.
Look, we get it. That first time you step onto a full-sized field with 21 other players, yeah, it can feel like pure chaos. You've got people running in every direction, the ball's pinging all over the place, but I promise you, there is an order to the madness, and it's actually way, way simpler than it looks. In fact, you could say the entire game is built on just 3 golden rules, and it doesn't matter if you're the star striker or the goalie, every single player on the field lives by these rules. Once you get these, the chaos starts to look a whole lot like a strategy.
So that's where we're going to start. Before we even get into specific positions like center back or winger, let's talk about the 3 guiding principles that turn 11 individual players into one single cohesive team.
Okay, first up, everyone defends and everyone attacks. It's that simple. If your team has the ball, guess what? You're an attacker. Your job is to help score. The second the other team gets it, you become a defender. Your job is to get it back. Number 2, shape is everything. Imagine the whole team is connected by invisible strings. If one player moves up, the others have to adjust to keep the team's shape nice and tight. And third, communication is a real skill. You know, yelling man on isn't just random noise. It's crucial information. It's telling your teammate they're about to be challenged, giving them that split-second advantage.
All right, keeping those principles in mind, let's build our team from the back to the front, starting with the most specialized, most unique position on the field, the goalkeeper. They're the last line of defense, but they're also the first line of attack.
And this is what's so cool about the position. You see it split right here. The defensive part, that's the obvious stuff, right? Make saves, be brave, own your penalty box. But that attacking role is just as important. A quick throw or a perfectly placed kick from the goalie can completely bypass the other team's midfield and launch a devastating counterattack. They are the first pass of any offensive move. And that's why a goalkeeper's biggest weapon might not be their hands, it's their mouth. They're the only player who can see the entire field laid out in front of them. That means they have to be the director, the on-field coach, constantly organizing and shouting instructions to the 10 players ahead.
So who are they shouting at? Well, first in line are the defenders. Think of them as the protective wall built in front of the goal. Their main job is to stop the other team from even getting a clean look at the net.
And this wall usually has 2 main parts. Right in the middle, you've got your center backs. You'll hear them called CBs. These are the rocks, the heart of the defense. And then out on the sides, patrolling the touchlines, you have the fullbacks.
Now, a center back's job is defense, pure and simple. Their goal is to shut down the other team's main goal scorers. They make tackles, they win headers, and their whole philosophy is safety first. And when they win the ball back, they aren't trying to be a hero. Their job is to find a midfielder with a simple, safe pass and get the attack started.
So yeah, you might think a center back is all about being big and strong, but really, it's a brain game. Their number 1 skill is positioning. A great one is always running a mental checklist. Where's the ball? Where's my goal? And where is their most dangerous player? It's a constant calculation.
Then you've got the fullbacks, and their job is a marathon. Defensively, they're in one-on-one battles with the other team's fast, tricky wingers. But then, in attack, they're expected to sprint the length of the field, get forward, and whip dangerous crosses into the opponent's box.
So it should come as absolutely no surprise what their key skill is: pure, relentless stamina. Seriously, this might be one of the most physically demanding jobs in any sport. You are in a full-on sprint from one end of the field to the other, back and forth for 90 minutes straight.
Okay, moving on up the field, we hit the absolute engine room of the team, the midfielders. These are the players that connect the defense to the attack. They control the pace, the rhythm, they basically control the whole game.
And just like with defenders, we can split them up. You have your central midfielders who are in a constant battle to control the middle of the park, and then you have your wide midfielders, or wingers, who use the open space on the flanks to attack.
A central midfielder really has to be a jack of all trades. One minute, they're a defensive shield, tackling and breaking up the other team's plays. But the instant they win that ball, a switch has to flip. Now they're the creative force, looking for that perfect defense-splitting pass to create a goal.
Which means their most critical skill is all mental. It's vision. The best midfielders play with their head on a swivel, constantly scanning the field, taking mental snapshots of where everyone is. That's how they can make the right decision, whether to pass, dribble, or shoot, in a fraction of a second.
Now, out on the wings, the job is mostly about attacking. These players use their speed and dribbling skills to get past defenders and cause problems. But remember that first rule? Everyone defends. So they also have a massive defensive responsibility to track all the way back and help out their fullback.
At the end of the day, though, a winger's game is all about that one-on-one battle. Their speed, their dribbling, their greatest weapon is the ability to take on a defender and win. When they do that, they create chaos and open up chances for the entire team.
And that brings us to the very players those chances are made for. At the top of the formation, we find the spearhead of the attack, the forwards, also known as the strikers.
Obviously, their main job is to put the ball in the back of the net. They do it with smart runs to find space and, of course, a cool head to finish the chance. But here's the part a lot of people miss, their defensive role. A striker is actually the team's first defender. Their job is to press the other team's defenders, forcing them into mistakes deep in their own territory.
But let's be real. A striker lives and dies by one thing: scoring goals. They might work hard for an entire game and only get one, maybe two decent chances. So their key skills are the technique to shoot with power and accuracy and the mental composure to stay calm when that big moment arrives. You have to make it count.
So we've gone all the way from the goalie to the forwards. How does it all fit together? Well, let's go back to those invisible strings we talked about. It's all connected. When a defender moves up, the midfielder has to adjust. When a striker presses the opponent, the entire team has to move up with them to stay compact. It's not 11 people. It's one single, coordinated unit.
So there you have it. Every position is like a specialized piece of a puzzle, each with its own unique job, but all working together toward the same goal. You know all the parts of the machine now. The only question left is, what role will you play?